the subscription box book for August 2022. This is completely different. It's a completely different size to one that I've made before. The papers that I'm using are Paper Boutique, which is a great UK company, and these are called Tweethearts. And if you're having the kit, you are getting phenomenal value for money, because you are getting 3 packs of 8x8 paper in there. You're going to get the solids, which will give you this sort of paper that it is printed, but it looks like it, you know, a solid colour. You're going to get a pack that's got lots of cut apart in it, sort of like toppers and borders and all sorts of things. And then there's a pack that's got a lot of sort of patterned papers like this one behind here, and more cut aparts. It is very much geared towards card making, so there's an awful lot of sort of like cut apart words that are things like, you know, grandmother, niece, nephew, that sort of thing. So if you wanted to make this book specifically for somebody, then that's going to give you the perfect opportunity to really personalise it, especially if you're going to make it into like a family book of some description. Now, as you know, I like to work with other businesses to provide something completely different and exclusive in the subscription box. And this month, due to all sorts of reasons, things didn't quite go according to plan. So I've had to rope Mark in. So for this month, you're going to get a little package from Maker Mark, and for example, this little title here is one of his 3D prints, which you will be getting in your kit, plus some other bits that he still hasn't printed because we're a bit late with this one, but there will be a little package from Maker Mark in your kit as well. So the book itself, I just had my ruler, where is it? The book itself is 9.5 by 4 by 2.5. I might actually make it a little bit narrower actually in the actual class, because I do tend to make a book and then change my mind about how it's going to be, but that's roughly it. So it is quite substantial. It's not very tall, but it's long and it's quite thick. So when you open it up, what you've got is a series of graduated pages here, which I'll come back to in a minute because they're not as they seem. So on the front cover, all I've done is throughout the paper books that you're going to get, there are loads and loads and loads of cut aparts. So what I've done with these are, and the same on the image on the front, is I've taken them and I've fussy cut them and I've layered them up. So I don't know if you can see here just how layered up that is. I've just stuck it onto some black card, cut round it for definition, and then layered it up, and I've done exactly the same on the inside as well. So here we've got our first page, which has got a little sort of tag in it, that you can put a photo or whatever, and then we've got our image, and then you turn it over and you'll find that this is going to be the same throughout the book. Now, I have not decorated this in any way other than really simply, but your imagination could go completely wild. You've got so many cut aparts, you've got so many papers, there is so much that you could do with this. So what you'll find is that on the left hand side of each page I've put one of the cut apart images, and then on the right hand page I've put a sentiment of some description. Family isn't an important thing, it's everything. Now what we've got here is a flap, except it's not, it's actually a pull out, and you've got one of these on the end of every page. So each page, end of the page is actually kind of like a little booklet all on its own, and there is one of those in the end of every page. So where you see the end of the page, it's not the end of the page, it's the end of this little additional sort of tag, I suppose, which gives you huge amounts of space for photographs. You can put photographs on here, you can put them on the flaps, you can put them on that slip-in part of the pocket. Just make sure that you stick them down really well. So there we go. So that is that. You'll see that what I've done all the way through, just in the way that I decorated it, is I've used the same paper for that whole sort of area. So this whole piece is using this kind of light peach piece, and then turn over and I've used the yellow. Okay, turn it over, patterned papers, these are just gorgeous, just utterly gorgeous papers. And then the grey, open that up, dark grey, this kind of oatmeal-y colour. So much room for photographs on these. And then we've got this absolute, I think this is my favourite, this rainbow paper. It's just lovely. And then at the back I've just put that piece in with one of my cut aparts which I have raised up. So that is the subscription box kit. You'll have everything you need to make this in your box apart from tools and adhesives, and there's nothing special really that's needed this time. It's just a case of using your own PVA. As far as I'm aware, I think, because a couple of people have asked me in the last week or so if there's any spaces, I think the subscription box may be sold out, but if you want to drop me a line, if you want to go onto my waiting list, that would be absolutely fine. I'd be very happy to add you onto that. So thanks for having a look, and I will see you guys really soon. Bye.